and an audience reach of 12 million listeners. KBLA Talk 1580 is a pioneer for Black audio content, including our groundbreaking $2 million climate justice campaign and the most loyal, influential audience. According to an independent research study by the polling firm Aviterus, for the second consecutive year, KBLA Talk 1580 is the most trustworthy, reliable, and credible news source for Black audiences and beyond in Southern California. Let KBLA Talk 1580 power your advertising dollars. Our omni-channel custom marketing solutions are specifically tailored to connect with your ideal target audience. We leverage audio, podcasts, streaming, digital, social media, and local activations to get your message out to the Black community. Get in touch with our advertising team today at advertising@KBLA1580.com. That's advertising@KBLA1580.com. KBLA 1580. We've got you Black.
Hey, so I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light, see the light.
Most men walk the earth with this lone wolf mentality, right? We view the lone wolf as strong, right? The lone wolf is strong. He can handle everything on his own. I think if most men really understood what happens to the lone wolf, because his fate isn't pretty, the lone wolf dies. The pack is strong because of the wolf, and the wolf is strong because of the pack. Most men are living this quiet life of desperation and isolation where we're surrounded physically by other men, but mentally and emotionally and through conversation and learning, we don't have those iron sharpen iron relationships. We have like these more rusty relationships. So the Alliance, it's a community we've had since 2016. And what it is it's a community of men who are honorable, who are hungry, humble, and ungodly and perfect. We want to optimize our physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual health. You can't do that all by yourself.
See, we gonna get into it tonight. Oh, Lord. I feel that I am called. I might not be chosen, but I am called to address some things tonight. See, again, there's this whole movement on the internet. People doing videos that says, they're the chosen, right? The chosen. Okay? Listen, everybody can have a relationship conversation. You know why? Because we're all human beings and we all share that experience. Relationships are ubiquitous for human beings. We can never get away from relationships. Everybody has their own unique experience of a relationship, which means everybody has something to say about their experience. Where we get in trouble is where we make our experience the truth, where we turn our unique experience into a universal truth. That's where we get in trouble. You know, you hear him say, you know, men are like this. You know, women are like that. Right? And so what's happening with social media is that anybody gets to claim anything, just like in relationships. Anybody gets to say anything. When somebody is telling their story, they tend to leave out the villainous actions that they have brought to the situation, right? When somebody is telling their story. And so there's this movement, the chosen. Just because you got a YouTube page, just because you have IG, right? You don't get to claim chosen. God does the choosing. But guess what? We can aggrandize who we are. A YouTube page is no different than an avatar on a profile. You get to project as something. And I'm not saying that there aren't real chosen ones out here. I'm just saying, when you start to see something that used to be sacred become a hit, become something that everybody starts doing, that's when you should start questioning it. Do you understand? The chosen. I'm going to ask the question, are you chosen by God or by your unhealed wounds? See, your wounds can choose you too. A lot of people don't know that. We're going to get into it. What does that statement actually mean? Many are called, but only few are chosen. What does that mean? If few are chosen, why are there so many websites and YouTube and everybody saying they the chosen? Even in the book of Revelation, it says only 144,000 going to heaven. So if you're one of the billion Christians out there, you should probably be thinking you might not be one. I'm sorry. This show is not about Christianity. See, I want to dig into what it means to be chosen. And then we ask the question, chosen by who? Don't you know you could be chosen by your fears? Don't you know you could be chosen by anxiety? Don't you know you could be chosen by your childhood trauma? Chosen by whom? That's what we want to get into. In the book of Matthew, chapter 22, verse 14, 22:14, many are called, but few are chosen. That is a scripture, Matthew 22:14. And it appears in the parable of the wedding banquet. The scripture is about facing challenges and not giving up. And it invites people to live by Jesus's example and persevere. How you going to persevere and you want a soft life? How you want to persevere and you shifting the blame for every encounter you have? If everybody you've ever been with is the problem, how are you chosen? I'm just interested. I'm interested to know. Are you chosen by your purpose? The purpose that God gave you? Are you chosen by that? Or are you chosen by the insatiable desire, right? To be what? At peace? To be quiet? To be out of the way? Out of harm's way? I'm just asking. We are all facing challenges that may lead us to choose not to try our best or to give up. But we are invited by God to live by Jesus' example by persevering. Who persevered more than Jesus? According to your scripture, according to your belief, who persevered more than Jesus? And are we not to be Christ-like? See, it's easy to say the words, but are you going to get up on the cross? Or are you going to do like Job and crawl into the belly of the whale? Are you going to do that? Of the Leviathan? Are you going to do that? See, again, it's a misconception of what many people think relationship is for. Your partner, it was Jonah. Sorry, Jonah in the whale. Your partner is not here to make it easy on you. This is why Big Mama and them said, you gonna go through something. This is why Big Mama and them said that. This is why your grandmother said, marriage is hard, baby. Relationship is hard. This is why they said that. Let me ask you a question. What is evolving faster? Technology or our psychology? Ooh, huh? How we in 2024 with 19th century relationship beliefs? You don't want to be chosen because to be chosen is to be challenged. Huh? You don't want to be chosen. You want to be at peace. I know y'all not ready for tonight's topic. Are you really ready for tonight's topic? Would you choose enlightenment over a healthy, romantic love life? 1-800-920-50. Did you hear what I said? Would you choose? Andy, you got to answer that question. Would you choose enlightenment? You've heard me say it. Moksha, nirvana, Christ consciousness, self-actualization, self-realization. Would you choose that over a healthy, romantic relationship?
Yes, I would.
Many people be like, what? Give up Netflix and chill?
I think the enlightenment would actually enhance my relationship.
Speak on it, brother.
So, got to have one before the other.
I like it. What is the difference between being chosen and called? Who are the chosen and who are they chosen by? Are the chosen more healed or more hurt than most people? 1-800-920-1580. 1-800-920-1580. I need to talk to y'all because everything turns into some type of YouTube craze. Oh, the chosen. Oh, really? Really? Let me see what you're going through. I'll know if you're chosen by what you carry on your shoulders. Wasn't Christ chosen? He was chosen to do something that he didn't want to do. My God, let this cup pass from me. Not as I will, but as thy cup. Huh? Oh, you think relationships ain't about carrying the cross? You carry the cross of whoever you get with. You carry the cross of their lineage, what they haven't healed. You carry the cross of their family. You carry the cross of their finances or lack thereof. Oh, there's a cross to bear now. Do you want to be chosen? Do you really want to be the chosen? I'm asking y'all. Huh? I need y'all to tap in tonight. 1-800-920-1580. What are some alienating consequences that relationships endure when one of the partners choose to walk a spiritual path? Do you alienate your partner when you get better? What are the 3 ways that relationship dynamics fall out of sync when pursuing enlightenment? True or false? Your spiritual path is constructed via your unhealed wounds. Uh-oh. Huh? You want to really be chosen? Do you want to be chosen? Nah, we want to get chose. We want somebody to come choose us and carry us away. to happily ever after. Listen, when I come forward, we're opening up the phone lines because I want to talk to you guys. It's a whole movement out here. People calling themselves the chosen. People talking about relationships and what relationships mean. Yes, and everybody has an opinion, and everybody's opinion and thought process is valid. Sure, you're a human being. Relationships are ubiquitous. We're in relationships our entire lives, even the relationship we have with ourselves. However, how many times have you chosen to ignore your inner work? How many times have you chosen to believe that somebody can make you happy? How many times have you chosen to believe that somebody can clean up your internal mess? All they got to do is act right. Do you understand? When you go to therapy and you sit down, what the therapist, a good one, will do is break down what you think by listening. They're going to take some notes. Let me just see what this person thinks. And then you know what they do? They tend to give you some perspective stretching ideas. You know, I never thought of it that way. You know, I never looked at it like that. You know, I never came at it from that angle. Do you know how many people would rather stay with their old beliefs than stay with their current partner? When we come forward, the voice of reason will continue this bonfire.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Hi, it's Tavis Smiley. First, thank you for your support of KBLA Talk 1580. We deeply appreciate you. So, I get asked all the time, Tavis, when are you going to bring back that State of the Black Union Symposium you used to do? You know the one where you had all those black intellectuals on stage every year and everybody watched all day live on C-SPAN? Yeah, I know the one.
Let's bring them back.
Well, I am pleased to tell you that if you go to KBLA1580.com right now, you can sign up to be in the audience here in Los Angeles when we go back live on C-SPAN with a stage full of black thinkers and influencers for a historic conversation. America has never seen a stage full of black folk talking about the urgency of now. Climate justice, climate equity, climate resilience. It's going down Tuesday, June 18th, 4 to 7 p.m. at the California Science Center in Exposition Park. Admission is free, but you must register at KBLA1580.com. Once we reach capacity, you'll have to watch us on C-SPAN. But if you want to be in the room when we go live from Los Angeles, Tuesday, June 18th, head to KBLA1580.com right now to reserve your seat. Caring about the climate, caring about the community. With KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
If your Medi-Cal is ending, Cover California is here to help. Cover California is a service from the state that helps you get affordable health insurance. In many cases, at no cost to you, just like with Medi-Cal. We have quality health plans and will help you every step of the way to get the one that works for you and your family. So, if you're no longer eligible for Medi-Cal, check out Cover California. We'll keep you covered. Learn more at coveredca.com.
Helping to broaden your political and moral imagination with our 2024 Climate Justice Campaign. We're KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 believes in community empowerment. LA's 99 neighborhood councils form the grassroots level of the Los Angeles city government. The system was created to connect LA's diverse communities to City Hall. While neighborhood council board members are volunteers, they are also public officials elected to office by the members of their community. Neighborhood councils advocate on issues like homelessness, housing, land use, emergency preparedness, public safety, parks, transportation, and sustainability. They also provide local expertise on the delivery of city services to their various communities. Neighborhood councils are open to participation by anyone who is a part of the fabric of daily life in said community. This includes those who live, work, or own property or a business. If you are interested in stepping up to join your local neighborhood council, visit www.empowerla.org. That's empowerla.org. It's time to think globally, but act locally. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
I don't know what it is that you've done to me, but it's caused me to act in such a crazy way. Whatever it is that you do when you do what you're doing, it's a feeling that I want to stay. 'Cause my heart starts beating triple time with thoughts of loving you on my mind. I can't figure out just what to do when the calling here is you. I get so weak in the knees, I can hardly speak. I lose all control. Then something takes over me. In a day, it looks so amazing. It's not a phase. I need you to stay with me. By my side, I swallow my pride. Your love is so sweet. It knocks me right off of my feet. And it's things more your love and makes me weak.
Hi, thank you for joining me. Today, I want to talk about the child that grows up in a narcissistic home and in adulthood prefers a more solitude life, the lone wolf. If you like my content, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Growing up in a narcissistic home, the child becomes desensitized to friendly fire, eventually seeing their parent as the enemy and avoiding them as much as possible. The parent will dismiss, overlook, and undervalue the child's feelings, wants, and needs, all while making their own feelings and needs a priority. They are selfish, unloving, incapable of nurturing and providing support for their child's self-development. This child may see their parent create drama and chaos over something insignificant or even imagined, fueled with emotions at the expense of others. They'll see them charm people in public using manipulation and be cold when alone in the house. They may see their parent shift blame, lie when confronted, or conveniently not remember it happening as a way to brush it off, dismissing any wrongdoing on their part, not taking responsibility, or apologizing for their actions. They use love as a means of control, withholding love to control actions, like raging over the child's elbow being on the table, using the child's behavior to justify their anger, and only showing love when they are doing something the parent wants. They ignore boundaries, isolate the child, and tell them things like providing shelter and food are things the child owes them for. The child may struggle between wanting a connection and feelings of anxiety when being around them. These children tend to become quiet, withdrawn, reserved, low in confidence and self-esteem, leaving the child exhausted. Their basic human needs of having a nurturing, unconditional love and healthy connection to their parent is not met and doesn't exist.
Throughout history, there have been individuals who have been perceived as the chosen ones, selected by a higher power or destiny to fulfill a specific purpose or mission, right? From prophets and spiritual leaders to innovators and visionaries. These chosen individuals have captivated the minds of people around the world But what does it truly mean to be chosen by God or by your unhealed wounds? In the works of Dr. David R. Hawkins, MD, Swami Sri Yukteswar, Paramahansa Yogananda, Ross Rosenberg, and Eckhart Tolle, the concept of being chosen is explored through the lens of enlightenment, spiritual growth, and the healing of emotional wounds. The question arises, would one choose enlightenment over healthy romantic love? Can the pursuit of spiritual enlightenment lead to alienating consequences in relationships? The idea of being chosen by God or by one's wounds brings forth a dichotomy between divine destiny and personal trauma. Are the chosen individuals more healed than most people, or hurt? Or are they simply guided by their unhealed wounds towards a higher purpose? Is healing a lifelong process, or can God intervene and heal emotional wounds in an instant? See, none of this work is easy. You want easy work. Ain't no easy work. None of this is easy work. Yeah, that child that the clinician was describing, if you was raised in this kind of environment, you were chosen by that circumstance to overcome it. You wasn't chosen merely to be molded by it. Even John Bowlby and Mary Ainsworth and all these new clinicians who are still working on attachment theory will tell you you can change your attachment style. From anxious preoccupied, from dismissive avoidant, from fearful avoidant to secure. That means you have the power of self-authorship. You're not locked into this attachment style forever, indefinitely. So every situation offers an opportunity for elevation. When I come forward, the voice of reason, I'm going to the phone lines. Let's get it.
He's on fire tonight. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. Washington, D.C.'s mayor is getting negative reviews from local residents in a new poll. The Washington Post reported that Black Mayor Muriel Bowser's approval rating in a new poll has dropped to 46%. That compares to an approval rating of 58% in a 2022 poll. Poll respondents criticized the mayor for her handling of crime, public safety, and education. The mayor called the poll results a report card on a particular moment in time and said her administration will still work hard to deliver results regardless of what the polls say. A group of Chicago aldermen want embattled Black Chicago Transit Authority President Dorval Carter to resign or be fired by Mayor Brandon Johnson. At least 20 aldermen have signed on to a resolution that calls for Carter to step down. The measure blasts Carter for inadequate service reliability, hiring, security, and ridership. The resolution is expected to be introduced at the May 22nd City Council meeting. That's the latest. I'm Amber Payton on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
A word from Original Taco Pete, where Tuesdays are all about $2 tasty black tacos. Join us today and every day at 3272 West Slauson Ave off Crenshaw, or order through Grubhub, Uber Eats, or OriginalTacoPete.com.
KBLA Talk 1580 is the fastest growing talk radio station in Southern California. Home to 50,000 watts and an audience reach of 12 million listeners. KBLA Talk 1580 is a pioneer for Black audio content, including our groundbreaking $2 million climate justice campaign and the most loyal, influential audience. According to an independent research study by the polling firm Aviterus, for the second consecutive year, KBLA Talk 1580 is the most trustworthy, reliable, and credible news source for Black audiences and beyond in Southern California. Let KBLA Talk 1580 power your advertising dollars. Our omni-channel custom marketing solutions are specifically tailored to connect with your ideal target audience. We leverage audio, podcasts, streaming, digital, social media, and local activations to get your message out to the Black community. Get in touch with our advertising team today at advertising@KBLA1580.com. That's advertising@KBLA1580.com. KBLA 1580. We've got you black.
To help combat climate change, LADWP is helping neighborhoods have better access to electric vehicles by awarding nearly $130 million in EV rebates to customers just like you. From big savings on used EVs to building new charging plazas, LADWP is charging ahead to help all Angelenos experience the benefits of EVs. Get rebates of up to $4,000 for a used EV and $1,750 for a charger. Learn more at ladwp.com/EV. That's ladwp.com/EV.
This is DIR Silica. Spot title, Workers, 30-second English Radio. ISKI code, DSEW0430. April 30th, 2024.
Workers in California cut and polish man-made stone for countertops, showers, and more. Without proper protections, workers breathe in harmful dust from the artificial stone material, which puts them at risk of developing silicosis. California employers are required to protect their employees from harmful silica dust by providing proper equipment and training. Stop dusty and deadly practices. Learn more at worksafewithsilica.org. This is a message from Cal OSHA.
Hey, LA residents, it's planting season and the perfect time to get shade trees growing around your home. LADWP and City Plants are giving every resident up to 7 free trees. That's right, 7 free trees delivered right to your door. Trees are great for the environment, help improve air quality, and can help you save on your bill when you use less air conditioning to stay cool indoors. Learn more at ladwp.com/free trees. That's ladwp.com/free trees.
Hey there, Los Angeles. This is James Lucky Jr., publisher and editor of Los Angeles News Observer. Are you hungry for news that matters to you in the African-American communities of Los Angeles? Well, buckle up, because we got the scoop you've been craving. Stay in the know and never miss a beat with our free weekly publications conveniently available near you. Or hop on the digital wave and become an exclusive subscriber at OGNSC.com. Don't forget to join the party on Instagram and Twitter at OGNSCINC for behind-the-scenes access and sizzling updates. No more FOMO. Let's stay informed, connected, and empowered together.
Watch out! You got me!
The galaxy is safe once again.
In the pretend universe, kids play with pretend guns. In the real world, it's up to us to make sure they don't get their hands on a real gun. If you have a gun in the house, keep it locked, unloaded, and stored separately from ammunition. Safe gun storage saves lives. Learn how to make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. That's endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Sometimes it's soft as a
So back when I looked like this, I was desperate to find some answers. Answers to why I lost all my control in my life. I felt like I had none, and how I could gain that control back to start living the life that I wanted. I was looking for answers on how to lose the weight, how to stop being so fucking fat and lazy, how to stop being so anxious, how to get out of my own head, how to stop overthinking, how to stop dealing with depression, all of these things that I was dealing with. You know, a lot of times I refer to myself as back when I looked like this, and you think that, oh, I was just overweight and I didn't want to be overweight anymore. No, man, like that, the weight issue was probably the least of my concerns. It was this internal prison that I put myself into that I couldn't seem to get out of, this massive rut in my life. And I was looking for answers. And naturally, like most people do, they go to YouTube. They start reading articles. They watch video after video, read article after article, look into book after book, look into different people that could potentially have the answers that I'm looking for. And time again, I would find myself watching endless amounts of content only to be nowhere near closer to my goal that I wanted to fix my fucking life, right? And if I could give myself, my old self, one piece of advice to focus on this and embrace this part of your life, it would be exactly what I'm going to be talking about in this video. But before we get into the video, if you guys are interested in one-on-one coaching, working with me directly to speak.
Nah, we not interested. We not interested. Tonight's topic is a deep topic. Everybody wants to be chosen, but chosen by whom? Tonight's topic, you want to be a lone wolf? I think a lot of people don't understand what to be alone actually means. You know, I think people run from relationships because relationships are internally troubling for them. So they would opt to be by themselves. So when we ask that question again, chosen by God or chosen by your unhealed wounds? Which one are you chosen by? Right? The whole concept from Matthew 22:14 speaks of being challenged. So can we agree that to be chosen is to be challenged? And if we are to be challenged, a challenge to me is a type of question. Right? What do you mean it's a question? The challenge asks you to respond. Now, you can say no to the challenge. You can capitulate to the challenge, or you can take on the challenge and rise to the occasion. It's a lot like Joseph Campbell with his hero's journey. When you leave your normal, you answer the call. The call can be synonymous with the challenge. Right? It's okay to be by yourself. Right? It's okay to take alone time and say, you know what? You know, I don't like dealing with people. People are fake. People are not real in relationships. I don't want to be hurt. Listen, it's okay to do that. But do that for the right reasons. Don't do it simply to avoid perturbation, mental perturbation, spiritual perturbation. Don't do it simply to get away from being aggravated. That's just like dating another race because it's a self-esteem boost. I know you don't want to hear it put that way. Interracial dating isn't good if you're going to date for self-esteem. You know, my kid might get colored eyes or, you know, wavy hair or something. Don't date for that purpose. Date because it's real love, right? Get in a relationship because it's real love. If you're going to be the chosen one, embrace the challenge that is being offered, right? It's not an easy walk to be chosen. We got folks on the line. Let's get them in here. They've been on for a minute. I'm going from the person who's been on the longest. That's how we do it. We got Attila from Houston, Texas. Attila, you're on the line. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
What? I've been on the long. Oh, let me stop.
Got you in early too, right?
I know. I'm shocked.
There you go. There you go. What are your thoughts? Let's get it.
Well, I won't be long, but I will be strong. So, I think that we're conditioned to value things that depreciate. Cars, heck, even homes, jobs. So I feel like that's kind of the crux of our issue. When you're talking about being chosen by God and having to go through alienation, that's really just you shedding off like an old layer of skin, and anything that comes with it got to go too. That's the people, the places, the habits. So maybe choosing God is really just, or being chosen by God is really just you choosing better, higher.
Now, when you choose better or higher, does that necessarily mean that you're choosing easier or more pleasant or more pleasurable?
Well, I mean, if you had to learn to walk with, like, I don't know, a bionic leg or something, there's nothing easy about that. Like, you're losing your old life, your old legs. You have to learn how to walk again. So I don't think it's ever been meant to be easy. And I kind of would liken it to walking through, how do I say this? Like if you're sleepwalking and someone wakes you up, and how startled you would be to be in your kitchen at 3 a.m. when you're supposed to be in the bed. And I think that we kind of have that same situation with our relationships.
Let me ask you this. If God gave one of his most beloved servants, Job, to the devil, what makes you think he won't give you to a toxic relationship? What are your thoughts on that?
Absolutely. I mean, like, you have your own devils within you. So perhaps
is there a purpose?
We should stop seeing ourselves. Sorry?
I was just saying, is there a purpose for him doing that?
Yeah. I mean, I think that to defeat the devil would be to recognize him within you. So,
come on.
I mean, perhaps, I'm just saying, maybe our issue is that we see ourselves as higher than the vices that we know we have, like, just because we can hide them.
Stay with me, because you just told everybody listening we can only see the devil in others. When I come forward, we going back to Houston, Texas. The fire is on for alarm right now. Let's go.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
We asked seniors how to prevent Medicare scams.
My best advice, if you get a phone call, do not talk to the person. These people are well-trained. Don't talk to them.
They don't know me. They're just trying to scam me.
Don't be fooled. Hang up. Just hang up.
Never give out your Medicare number.
They're going to get your number to put in a false claim.
If I get a call from someone, I don't pick up the phone. And should I pick up the phone and they ask for information, then I hang up.
How do you detect Medicare fraud?
Just like I check my credit card statements, I check my Medicare statements monthly.
Scammers can get a hold of your number, order medical devices through your account, and you're not even going to know about it if you don't look at your statement.
Check your statement every month.
If you get your statement and you see something that you know you did not have done, you report it.
Call your Senior Medicare Patrol.
To report Medicare fraud, call the Senior Medicare Patrol at 855-613-7080.
My ride smells just right, just right, just right, just right.
Y'all gotta try that Febreze car.
Just right, just right, just right, yeah. La 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 la. With up to 40 days of consistency on low Febreze car clips right on your vent. You know my car's my happy place. Keep that smile on my face when it smells just right, just right, just right. Yeah, breathe happy Febreze. La 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 la.
Around here, we don't believe in victimhood. We believe in raising our voices, amplifying black voices in the climate conversation. We're KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Stay Housed LA has the resources you need to know your rights and the legal support to back them up. The COVID-19 pandemic has cost people their jobs and livelihoods. This has left an estimated 1/3 of households not being able to make rent and facing losing their homes. This is a fear no one in our community should have to face. You have rights, though, and Stay Housed LA is here to help. Stay Housed LA is a partnership between the County of Los Angeles, the City of Los Angeles, and local community and legal service providers. Together, they provide tenants with the information and support needed to exercise their rights so they can remain safely in their homes. Find out more about your rights by participating in a virtual tenant workshop. Get the legal assistance you need. Find additional resources in Los Angeles County and the City of Los Angeles. Stay connected to Stay Housed LA County for updates. This and more at stayhousedla.org. Stay connected to Stay Housed LA for updates. This and more at stayhousedla.org. That's stayhousedla.org. Or call their hotline at 213-694-0040. We've got your black with a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Lately, there seems to be some insecurities about the way I feel, where I wanna be. But you know what's with you? No one can do the things you do to me. Never to be mistaken, long as it's love we're making. There's gonna be some rain, gonna be some pain. But as long as I know, boy, time will show, our love will grow. And I know love will be right here, be right here, right here, be right here. No fear, have no fear, no tears, love is true love, some don't believe in. That's just what I'm giving. I'm gonna keep it
Ladies and gentlemen, the VOR and his playlist is in the building. We had to give homage to SWV. Tonight's topic is crazy. We got callers from all over the country. It's going down. Are you chosen by God or your unhealed wounds? Many of you have chosen wounds over God. Your wounds are making your choices for relationships. Right? I don't want to go through what I went through before, but what if you went through what you went through for a purpose, and it was designed to elevate you internally? Are we ready to abandon that concept? Remember Big Mama used to say, what don't kill you makes you stronger. We live in a society today that don't want to go through nothing. They just want everything given to them. It's just not how I think it's set up. Why does your brain and your body record trauma? If trauma had no purpose, why do you need to remember it? If you're in a car accident and it's violent enough, do you know your central nervous system will go into survival mode and cause you to black out so you don't remember this traumatic event that's about to happen in a nanosecond? You know that? If trauma had no purpose, see, because many times, you see, I'm setting you up to know this. You're being tricked. when I ask the question, are you chosen by God or trauma? I'm going to hurt your feelings right now. God is using your trauma. Trauma is in God's toolbox to raise you up. I know you don't want to hear it like that. You want to get away. But there's no way to get away from it. You can choose low-hanging fruit all you want. You can choose low-stake relationships all you want. I'm going to choose a relationship where the stakes are low. So I don't have to worry about being disappointed, right? You can choose safety. I'm here to tell you, all of these ideas are going the way of the dodo. In 10 years, psychology is going to catch up to spirituality, and you're going to get some radical teaching in about 10 years. They're going to tell you, well, we've been doing it all wrong. You are chosen by your wounds. I know you don't want to hear it put that way, but that's what it is. To be chosen is to be challenged by the unhealed. Somebody meme it, 7:53 p.m. on the West Coast. To be chosen is to be challenged by your unhealed wounds. That's how you know you're chosen. You don't want that, though. You don't want to be chosen. This is the one team you hope they don't pick you. But you picked your family. Huh? You picked their pathology as your own. You picked this. Okay. Can being chosen by God or one's wounds lead to a sense of superiority or elitism? Sure. Especially if you were raised by a narcissist? Absolutely. Are y'all ready to get this work in? 1-800-920-1580. Let's get Attila back in here and get her final thoughts. Let's go. Attila, you're on the line.
I'm back.
All right, let's go.
My bad. Okay, real quick. So I just wanted to extend a little bit or expound on what we were talking about before. I'm a firm believer that how do I say this? When it comes to our connections, our relationships, whatever it is that you bring to me, I'm going to expand it. Right? I'm going to enhance it. So if you bring me drama, if you bring me mess, which is already within me, I'm going to expand it because it's already within me.
Keep going.
We are constantly expanding at every single point, every single turn of our lives, which is why the words that we speak, the thoughts that we think are so important. So when I'm talking about the devil, I don't believe the devil is some like external boogeyman that's outside of you and, doing things. I think it is more so an internal mechanism that we can use to actually work for our benefit. But until you actually see things in a way where things are full circle, it's kind of hard to wrap your mind around that.
Attila, guess what you just did?
I brought Houston in the building.
Houston, Texas is in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. Let's get Dana from Los Angeles, California in the building. Dana, what are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Hey, I'm trying to still understand today's topic, actually.
Well,
okay, so you're saying if you're choosing God or you choosing your wounds, but if you are God, then those wounds belong to you.
No. I said, who are you chosen by? Are you chosen by God or are you chosen by your wounds?
Okay, I'm just trying to understand the God part.
Very simply. Many people feel like they're chosen, right?
Okay.
In terms
chosen,
of,
okay.
yes, chosen by a higher power to do something incredible, whether it's in industry, whether it's in relationship, whether it's in business, whatever. Many people think, I'm chosen, I'm special. We already know that the ego in relationship is very powerful. So many people show up in relationship as somebody special, as somebody unique, one of one, right? Chosen even. However, I asked the question, Are you chosen by God, or are you chosen by your unhealed wounds? I'm going to tell you right now, when you enter into the relationship, I believe you're chosen by both.
Okay.
God put you in the relationship. The wounds are there for you, being reflected back to you from your partner. They're there to actually give you something to work on, actually your own spiritual curriculum, I like to call it. So in effect, or in a way, many people try to separate being chosen by God from being chosen by your wounds. Now, you can empower your wounds and choose not to accept the challenge, right? You can empower those wounds by trying to ignore them, by trying to repress them, by trying to push them down, right?
Okay.
However, God chose you to be in that situation for the purpose of up-leveling your spirit. So the question now is, God, or the statement is, God is not separate from the wounds that need to be healed. This is why the great Rumi said, he said the wound is where the light enters. The light represents consciousness. Many of us try to avoid going through difficult relationship situations and scenarios because we don't want to open up those wounds. We don't want to feel that pain anymore. And I'm saying the wound is an extension of God working in your life, working in your spirit, trying to up-level you. But many of us are afraid to embrace that process. Hopefully I explained the topic for you. You caught up?
Okay. I'm caught up, and I think I understand it. But if that wound, well, I won't say if or but the wound is a part of you. It's part of the trauma, and the person that you're in the relationship is a reflection, and is there to heal the trauma in some way.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Just stay right there, Dana, because you're on the precipice. We're right with Dana right now. When we come forward, we going back to Dana, because all she needed was a quick synopsis of what we were talking about, and she's right on point. When we come forward, we going right back to Dana.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Amber Payton. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. Washington, D.C.'s mayor is getting negative reviews from local residents in a new poll. The Washington Post reported that Black Mayor Muriel Bowser's approval rating in a new poll has dropped to 46%. That compares to an approval rating of 58% in a 2022 poll. Poll respondents criticized the mayor for her handling of crime, public safety, and education. The mayor called the poll